Breeding Cash this week features pig farming. Now we are at Ongata Rongai. This is Mr. Kivuva's farm who is doing pig farming in a big way. So we are going to discuss matters to do with pig farming and what you should do to ensure that you increase your productivity. Now at this particular point, we want to go right to the interview. And Mr. Kivuva, thank you so much for finding time for us.
Karibu sana.
Ulianzaje ukulima?
Mambo ya nguruwe nilianza mwendo wa 2012. Yenyewe nikanunua watoto wawili. Kila moja niliziwa 1,300. Na kila mtoto walikuwa ni kama wa miezi miwili. Ukimwangalia ukubwa wake ni kama walikuwa kilo 6.
Okay.
Yes.
So what inspired you to start this kind of farming?
Vile nilipenda hii ni kwanza inataka space kidogo sana. Namba pili, control yake si complicated. Unajua ile vitu vinahitajika kutengeneza nyumba, kisha kuwa na nyumba, chakula, maji. Kwa hivyo it doesn't require a lot of your input. Haitaki ukue hapo kila wakati. Injapokuwa hata ukisema hivyo inahitaji kuwe na usafi. Chakula uangalie ile wakati inatakiwa kupewa. Hiyo ninasema ni asubuhi na jioni. Na you also make sure that una stick to regular feeding times. Si ati leo unaipea saa 1, kesho unaipea saa 5. Hiyo itakuwa mzuri kwake.
What will happen if you do that?
Growth rate inaweza kuwa itakuwa mzuri. Hazitakuwa na constant growth rate. Zinatakanga particular times ndio zinataka chakula. Na hata ikiwa umesahau utasikia zikipiga kelele. Utasikia ni kama zimeanza kucomplain. Hiyo inamaanisha ni kama njaa imeanza kuwaingia.
Still regarding feeding, which type of food or which type of feeds do you give your pigs?
Nguruwe wanga anahitaji chakula kama mara 4 tofauti. Kuna moja inaitango starter. Kuna sow and winner. Kuna pig finisher. Na kuna grower. Watoto wakiwa wadogo kama wamemaliza kuanzia wiki 4 wiki 5 unaweza wapea starter. Wakati huo akulangi mingi, watakula kama 1/4 kg per each one of them. Each piglet atakula kama 1/4 kg. Itaendelea kuongezwa vile wanaendelea kuongezeka kiuzito na vile age yao inaendelea kuwa kubwa. Wakienda wafike kama miezi 3. Kama miezi 3 hivi, utawatoa kwa hiyo starter, waweke grower
after 3 months.
Like after 3 months from the time they were born. That's when they are like 3 months old.
Okay.
Sasa waweke kwa grower. Sasa nayo grower itawasukuma karibu up to around 4.5 months. Ukishamaliza na hiyo grower, sasa unawapea ile inatangwa sow and winner. Sow and winner.
Okay.
Watakula sow and winner. Na wakikula sow and winner kuna kujanga tofauti mbili. Kuna wale unataka kuweka wakuwe wako wa kuzaa. Ama ndume unataka ikuwe yako. Hiyo itaendelea kula sow and winner throughout. Hiyo itatolewa kwa sow and winner. Lakini kuna wale unataka wakuwe wakubwa uende ukauze nyama. Hao wanyama wakifika kama miezi 5 hivi ama wafike kilo wasema kama 50 hivi, unaweka ile inaitwa pig finisher. Sasa hiyo ndio ile watakula na wanakula kama kilo 3 kila siku.
And now to start with, when you go to the shop, ukienda kununua hii chakula, kuna ile specific type.
Now what I'll say is that there are very many very good quality. Some of them are not a very good quality. In fact, the people I really trust is Unga. Unga has good quality feeds. These other ones, they may be cheap, but then you find that their quality is not good. And you know, quality is not something which is very hard to know.
Yes.
You can easily know it from 2 factors which are so easy to determine. One, the general lookout. Once you open it, how does it look like? Just by looking at the feeds like this, you can know that these are poor quality feed. 2, the smell. A poor quality feed will also have a poor quality smell.
Okay.
Good quality feeds have very good smells. In fact, if you come with a good quality pig feed, dogs will eat it, and any other animal which is around. Even hens, chicken, all of them will eat it.
Okay, now let's still on feeds. Let's go to the quantity now in terms of dishing out. Which kind of quantities do you keep so that you can ensure that your pigs get, enough?
When it comes to buy, we normally buy around 60 bags. 60 bags. But we don't keep them here because here we don't have space. We normally keep them the place where we stay. Then we normally bring like for 2 days so that you have feeds for today and feeds for the following day.
Let's go to the cost of these feeds. You've talked of about 60 bags. That's, the kind of bags and the number of bags that you buy. What about the cost?
The cost is not exactly the same. The cheapest is Pig Finisher is the cheapest. Then Sour Winner is the one which follows. Starter and Grow a little bit more expensive. So you'll find that a bag of starter can go for around 2,100. Then Pig Finisher, which is the cheapest, will go for around 1,600. Yes. Then the others are in between there. Yes.
Okay. So, and still on matters to do with feedings, let's now come to the point of giving of water. How exactly do you ensure that you balance between the feeds and the water that you give to your pigs?
With water, what we normally have, we have these troughs which are here, and every time they are feeding, you have to ensure that there is water. In fact, when they are eating, they go and take the water from there. Because when there is no water, they will not even be able to feed. Because the food is normally very dry. You'll see that you put food here and there is no water, they eat halfway, then they leave it. But when they are eating, they'll be going there to take what? Water. So you normally put that trough so that it's full of water. But you don't put so much water such that a lot of it is going to remain. Because if a lot of water remains, it becomes stale. So they'll not be able to take it after some time. You'll find that you're having water, but they're not drinking it. So you have always to be able to balance in such a way that they take almost all the water which you have put. Otherwise, if you put too much, it will remain. And because some of them will normally step on the troughs, the water becomes stale. They will not take it.
And now that brings me to the next point of cleanliness. How do you ensure that your structures or the place that they are in is always clean? Because pigs are known really to dirtify so many things, including their feeds.
I'll say this. According to me, pigs are some of the cleanest animals. These are misconceptions which people normally have, thinking that pigs are very dirty. Because take of all the animals which you know and see the way they sleep. Pigs are like human beings. They normally have a sitting room and a place where they go to like a toilet of their own. Look on these ones the way they are. You see the way they are? They stay here, the place which is clean.
Yes.
Then the place where they have soil, they don't go there. It's as if they normally have their own toilet. So the place where they normally sleep, they cannot make that place dirty. And in case it's dirty, they normally try to sweep it with their nose. They push the rubbish aside. So that is their own way of doing it. But there are also some ways in which you make the structures. These structures, one, they are normally concrete floors like this. You see this one, the water cannot be able to soak. Two, the water is, the place is inclined. If you look on this one is not completely flat.
Yes.
There's a small angle of inclination such that the water can be able to drain. So in this one, if you look on it, the water normally drains that way.
Okay, so that's something that you must consider when you're setting up the structure.
Yes. You have to take care of that.
I see you've used wood and metal in some specific places. Why have you done that?
Now, here, the metal like this one is used because one, it is normally strong.
Yes.
When you have metal is very strong. Pigs are very destructive animals. As I told you before, we were built using concrete. They'll easily hit the cement and the stone blocks fall down. So when you put something metallic like this one, they are strong. Two, they are normally easier to keep clean. A metal will not easily get dirty.
Oh, yes.
There's no way a metal can get contaminated. But you see something like wood, sometimes it gets soaked up. So we find metals are normally good for strength of structure. Number two, they also allow free circulation of air. You see, in a place like this one, free circulation of air is very necessary. Because if the air is not circulating, the place will start to stink.
Yes.
You have been here for quite some time, the place is not smelling.
Sure.
You cannot know there are pigs here. Because we have ensured there is free circulation of air. So metals are used to ensure that one, there is free circulation of air, and also the place is strong.
Okay.
Number three, if you have a metallic structure, you'll have enough space to be able to observe across from this end to that end I can see what is happening.
Yes.
You know, if I had some wooden structures, might be I'll not be able to see what is happening there. But with the metallic structures, you can be able to see from this end to the far end. So they are normally good in assisting you to make observations a very easy way. Then wooden structures also have their advantages. The wooden structures are good in that they normally cover a lot of area is covered by wood, such that even if you want to have free circulation of air, you also find a way in which the place will remain warm. You see, if you have metals on all sides, there will be wind. So the place will be very cold. So you have to be able to balance between the two, circulation and also maintaining a constant temperature in the room. You make sure that the place remains relatively warm, especially this time when it is raining.
Okay.
Yes.
Considering the use of, the wooden structures versus the metals that you've used, sometimes I see like these gaps are too big. Are pigs not affected by any rodents? Especially the young ones.
Yes, yes. You know, pigs are funny because here we don't normally find anything else getting in here except birds. Birds will come to eat pig feeds. Rats, but rats are uncommon. I don't know why. That one I've never known. Yes, I don't normally see them. I don't normally see rats here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes.
So despite the metal structures,
yes,
the young ones are safe.
The young ones are safe. And also, if I was to comment on metal structures, they must be made in such a way that on the lower side, you look on the lower side there, the spaces are a little bit smaller.
Oh, yes.
To make sure that they don't jump and they don't go through.
Okay.
Because you know, if you make like this space here and you have small pigs, there's a chance they'll be getting out.
Oh, yes.
So you have to be able to balance that. You know that lower there you have small spaces such that they cannot be able to go through. But as you go up, you can increase the space.
As we wind up this conversation of feeding and structures, now to do with cleanliness, which of course at one point touches on structures, how frequent do you do the cleaning?
Now there are two types of cleaning which you normally have. One, there is where you remove the solid waste. That one is supposed to be done daily. But then there is also washing, normal washing. You wash, if it is possible, at least 3 times in a week. And when you wash, there is a certain compound, which in powder form, after you have cleaned the place, you spray, you sprinkle it. It will be able to kill all the bacteria which are there. But the good thing is that it does not affect the pigs.
So it's more like a disinfectant.
It's like a disinfectant.
Yeah.
It's like a disinfectant. It's like a disinfectant.
Oh, okay. So what you do is that after cleaning, you make sure that you have that compound, which of course you
sprinkle.
You spread.
You spread, yes. You spread, yes.
Wow. We are talking about pig farming, and of course it's very important to note that when it comes to feeding and structures and also cleanliness, that goes hand in hand. Now we take a short break, but don't go away, because when we come back we'll be looking at things to do with breeding, disease control, and even how profitable is this kind of venture. Keep it WTV. Welcome back. This is Breeding Cash, and today we are talking about pig farming. In the first segment, we'll be looking at the feeding program as well as the structures that you need to make sure that you get the best from your pig farming venture. Now, we want to go to the details and even consider breeding, which is key in pig farming. That's what I meant to understand. And we are at Mr. Kivuva's farm in Ongata Rongai. So, Mr. Kivuva, let's go to breeding, which I believe is one of the most important stage when it comes to pig farming. How do you ensure that you get the right breeds?
Normally, I think there are many sources of getting the right breeds. You can decide to go and buy innie pigs. An innie pig is a pig which is already, you buy such that when it comes to your place, you can be able to give birth to young ones. That is one way of getting them. And these ones are normally sold from these big commercial farms and also from other big farmers. But then you'll find that when you buy it that way, it's a little bit expensive. They normally sell it at a relatively high price. You can get for around the 35,000.
That's quite much.
Yes, one. Then the other one is the best way, which I like myself. Go around, check on the farms which are there. You see the kind of pigs they have, and from that you can be able to decide which one is going to give you the best quality. So you go there, you check on the kind of pigs they have, their growth rate, the structure of their body, how many piglets do they normally farrow at a given time. Then from there you can be able to decide which one is the best for you. And I'll recommend, if you have to start one, start small scale. Small scale, so that you learn.
So you've gone to this particular neighbor who has very good breeds according to your own assessment. Then how exactly now do you breed that so that you can start with, you've talked of small scale.
Yes.
So how exactly do you get started? You take the neighbor's pig, you bring it to your farm, or what happens?
What I say is this, you can go and buy the female pigs. These are called gilts. You buy them. But you also ensure that you don't buy them from the same place where you're going to get the boar. The boar is the male one. So if you get the female from this particular farm, it's always good you move quite a distance so that you are sure they are not in any way related. Then when you go there, you do the same things again. You go and check the brothers, sisters, and if I can say the other relatives of that particular boar. How is their body formation? Is it a body formation which has a lot of meat in ratio with the bones? There are some pigs which will have a lot of bones and very little flesh. So you have to see, is the thing wide? Are all these places filled with meat? Then after you have decided that, is when now you can decide to take the boar. You also need to check how many of them were born. You see, the boar will have some brothers and sisters. How many were they? Because that one will give you a clear idea how many will be born from this particular boar which you have bought. Because if they were born like they were 3, chances are very high the ones which come out from that particular boar will be few also. So you have to ensure that you get in a place where they were born when there were many, to be able to get a good yield from that particular boar.
So apart from the number of pigs that are being born in your farm, what are some of the consequences of inbreeding?
The consequences of inbreeding?
Yes.
Even though we have never tried it, but I can be able to tell you the consequences of inbreeding. One is the percentage of the kids which are going to survive. When they are born, if you have inbreeding, there's a big possibility a good percentage of them are going to die. So that's the biggest problem which you can have. 2 is their growth rate. They may have a very low growth rate. And pig farming is a business which normally depends on time they take to grow. Because the longer they stay, the more food they eat. And probably the less the profits you are going to have.
Okay. Well, let's now go to the next thing that I want us to talk about, disease control. Are pigs prone to diseases like the way we see cows or even poultry to some extent? And which kind of diseases affect
It's
the
a relative
pigs?
question. Let me tell you, pigs. Like we have very pigs here, but control of disease depends on one basic thing: hygiene. You have to make sure that the place is very, very clean. In fact, let me tell you, for the 3 years we have been here, we have never had a major outbreak of disease here. We have never had it. Doctors will come, but doctors will normally come to give iron to the young ones. When they are born, when piglets are born, they do not have enough iron, so the doctors will normally come and give what? Iron injection. After that, we don't treat them. They rarely get sick.
Oh, so for you, diseases is not a
Disease is
problem.
not a problem. Disease is not a problem. But if by bad luck the place is not very clean, and these one normally affect the young ones, I think you can lose even 80% of them.
They just die.
All of them can die. Within a period of 2 or 3 weeks, 80% can be lost.
Well, okay, now let's move away from disease control and go to the marketing point of view. How profitable is this kind of venture? Looking at how long does it take for a pig to be mature enough for sale, and how much do you sell this pig?
Ideally, a pig should take around 8 months, 7 to 8 months to be mature. When I say mature, I mean for it to be able to have a cord dressed weight of around 70 kg. When I talk about the cord dressed weight, I mean the actual mass of meat which you get from the pig. That's you have slaughtered, you have removed the skin, you have removed the intestines, you have removed all those internal organs which are there. You can comfortably be able to get 60, 70 kg. That is clean meat. 60 to 70 kg of clean meat. Yeah, that one you can comfortably get.
Which is currently going for?
Now, the market also depends, one, on your name. The market is not exactly the same for all people. If you have a good name, and butchers know that you have a good name, they will be willing to buy at a very good price from you. In fact, when we started, the time we were not well known, we used to sell to people at around 220 per kg. That is wholesale price. In fact, there's a time we sold even at 200 when we were starting. But you know, these guys, with the time, they know that you have good quality meat.
Yes.
They'll always be like if they are competing for your meat. So it will not be upon you to raise the prices.
It will be upon them.
Themselves, they come and raise the prices because you'll be selling to a guy at around 200. Another guy comes and tells you, no, I'll be able to give you 250.
The future plans that you have for this place when it comes to pig farming, maybe in the next 5 to 10 years.
In the next 5 to 10 years, the first thing which I think we should have is proper water storage. Proper water storage, and this one will involve us having a big underground water storage tank. In fact, if it is possible, we should get a tank to store up to 40,000 liters. 40,000 liters. That one will be sure in a period of 2 months. I'm sorted. Number two, we need to find a way in which you can collect all the water which is coming from the roof. You see, this is water just getting west. We need to find a way in which we can collect all the water which is coming from the roof so that we keep it. We keep this one, then we use the one which is being supplied by, it's called Mauricio Water Company. But in case there is a problem, is when now we go to our storage. Yes.
Well, we wish you the very best, and maybe in the next 5 years, we hope we'll still come here and find out how you are doing.
Yes.
Well, we come to the end of our show, but you can always give us feedback. Online is at WTVK. Use the hashtag BreedingCash so that you're in a position to track your conversation. Or maybe you have a question for Kivuva. Just send an SMS to 20058, and of course we'll be glad to respond and even send you his number if you so need it. Now, that's it for now. We've been talking about pig farming and some of the things that you must check for you to run on profit. I see you next week.